Living with a Bennett.
Yo, we live. We live. What's up, everybody? This is Men Without Borders, or Doing Men Shit, DMS. Uh, in this episode, I'm gonna serve as the host. My name is Will Motivation. Check out my channel at Will Motivation on YouTube, Instagram. I'm gonna introduce the rest of the crew. I'll let y'all introduce yourself. Starting with June.
What up, fellas? It's King Clay out in these streets.
We got Doc. Doc, what's up?
Hey man, it's Doc. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir.
We got D Measy. What's up, D Measy?
Yo, what's good? Peace and blessings.
Snake.
Hey, we got Ben. My first time meeting Ben.
How y'all doing? Hey, I go by many names there. Ben, Chiz, G Money. You call it is what it is. I'm going by
G-Mac.
Ben today. G
like
Mac.
G-Mac.
I forgot about that. G Mac. All that.
We'll grant him G Mac. We got my dude Poop Dog,
What's poppin'?
and we got Reg, PhD.
What's up?
Oh, you got the crispy mic. You got the crispy mic. And we got Rich for Life. What up, Rich for Life?
You know I'm here. I'm in the building. Ready to represent.
Hey, we missing one more who might jump into the stream here in a minute. But hey, what are we talking about tonight? We're talking about why men, quote unquote, the passport bros, travel overseas to meet women. So, in case it's your first time tuning into our podcast, we talk about all subjects related to Without Borders. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that we've experienced, things that's going on, things that we just want to talk about. So we welcome anybody. We see it. There's actually 3 people in here. I predicted it. We got 3 people in the live stream. Welcome to the channel. If y'all want to drop something in the chat, drop something in the chat for us. But we're talking about why men, passport bros, travel overseas to meet women. I think the first thing we need to do, we could do a round robin on this.
Well, first, I think just explain what Passport Bros is to the
Thanks for
audience. If they
interrupting me.
don't
That's
know.
what I was just getting ready to say.
Sorry about that. My bad.
First thing we should do is define what I was just gonna say. Everybody can take a turn. Is saying what is the passport bros in your definition. I'll start it off. What I've seen on the internet, some really hot debated topics about what like passport bros, right? So this concept of American dudes and women try to say that they can't get women in the United States for whatever reason, so that they go overseas. But in the reality, is men get their passport to go overseas and have access to different women of different cultures, but also to be able to travel and do what they want when they want. Passport bros. Anybody else want to add in to what they seen on the internet related to passport bros?
Sound about right to me.
Yeah, I think that sounds like the basic general definition, but I think what'll come up in this conversation is some of the different perspectives on what passport bros really are. Essentially, I think it's grown and morphed into something more general, and but it really just describes, like you said, I think people who have access to going overseas and what they're finding when they go.
Anybody else got to add anything into the passport bros? What it is?
I pretty much summed it up. I think what happened with the passport name though was a couple goofy cats, took it and took it, where goofy dudes go, and then the people the women that's already against it is gonna take that and try to make it the majority when we all know it's not.
I'm with you on that. Because there's some people out there that got YouTube channels and stuff like that, and they claiming to be passport bros, but they out there doing some goofy stuff.
Right.
So, Peters, you want to speak to that?
No, I agree. I agree with what June said.
Oh, I thought you could speak from being one of them dudes, but my bad. Okay. All
I
right,
concur. I concur.
Nah, we're gonna keep it light on here. We're gonna keep it light. We got 3 people on the episode so far, man. Y'all drop us a comment, let us know where you're coming from. But all right, we're gonna talk about why men travel overseas to meet women, in our opinion, in our experience. I'll kick it off with a little story on my end. I actually, by accident, went overseas and started to see different cultures. Went to Puerto Rico a long time ago with my brother, and he decided let's go to Dominican Republic the next year. Randomly, we went to Dominican Republic, and sort of the rest is history, man. I met my ex-wife there. 2 kids later, and now I speak Spanish, so that opened up some doors. And ever since I went overseas, when it comes to the topic of women and meeting women, there's some basic things that makes traveling overseas attractive to me. One, overseas they got different cultures, and women in a lot of places that I've been are easier to talk to than women here. That's one thing. 2, the culture, women in a lot of cultures, like Latin cultures, act more feminine than women that in general in the States. All the way down to the clothing, the upkeep, that kind of thing. I'm generalizing, but the culture, easy to talk to, and then it boils down to what you like. So in the United States, we got all different types of people here that look all different kinds of ways. But like you could go to Africa and get a certain type of woman. You could go to like Ben. You could go to Asia and get you some you go to
Asia in my life, but I have a type. It's all right though. It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you could go there, or you could go to Latin America and get kind of like what you have in the States with you got black, white, and you got mixed, and you got Indian down there. But I love the culture, like in the Caribbean and South America. So, but one of the number one reasons for me, and then I'm gonna pass the mic. For me, the number one is women being easy to talk to and less judgmental, right? So, like if you go to talk, if I went to, and this has happened to me before, I might step to a girl in a grocery store, and the first thing she does is give me a look like, "Who are you and why are you talking to me?" And secondly, what shoes do you have on, and like where are you coming from? Like that kind of a thing before even
All facts.
smile or anything. Whereas I can, go to the grocery store with my man Ben and buy some groceries for a chick, and then it's on.
I'm talking about my experiences. It's all good though, because those are good experiences. It's all right.
I'm just talking. But no, it's so easy. Like you could be in Dominican Republic, for example. You could be in Brazil, for example. You could be in Colombia, for example. And it's so easy to just go up to people and start a conversation and become friends, even if you're not going on a date or something. Just being cool with people. So that's been my experience, and I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of men go overseas and get to know the young ladies and women overseas. All right, that's me. I'm gonna pass the mic to June. June, give us your perspective.
Basically bouncing off what you said, it's easier to talk to not only women, but getting cool with some of the men down there too. You know what I'm saying? I've got cool with a lot of dudes down there, and like here, I've actually like said what's up to somebody, and they just look at you like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got a problem or something. That's wild to me.
Right.
Like I told y'all a while back, some years ago, I was at an amusement park, and it was a lot of white folks, a lot of Asian folks there. It was me and one other black dude there, and this dude was mean mugging me like he wanted to kill me, and I'm just sitting there laughing at this dude like, bro, you cannot be serious right now. He picked me out of everybody. Just the culture here is ridiculous, man.
At an amusement park.
Yeah, and bro, we here to have fun and smile and laugh. What are you doing?
So have you met any ladies overseas? What's been your experience compared to the American?
When I first started going down there, of course, I was not looking for like nothing at all for real. And as y'all know, I met my wife down there. So initially, when I was going down there, I wasn't even looking, for like a girlfriend or nothing like that. And I say about my third trip is when I met her. We talked for a while, and the rest is history.
Oh,
All
he
right.
cut it short because it got big. He cut it short like real
Hey,
sister.
hey, I like that feature though.
All right. So Doc, tell us why you think brothers, and when I say brothers, I mean dudes, go overseas to meet women and to change the culture. Tell us your perspective.
I mean, I think the big thing about overseas is the different, experience different cultures, uh, experience the way other people live. And for myself, it's a break from the rat race. Working in corporate America, man, sometimes you just gotta have a break. Uh, go to a slower vibe, cleaner climate, and it gets like a reset.
Okay. Okay. So have you met any honeys overseas or no?
Oh man, that's y'all down there booed up, man.
All right. So basically, this gentleman right here is booed up at the moment. So we'll pass the mic. All right. So let's go back to our next speaker, D Moss. What's your perspective?
Yeah, I think June brought up a good point. I think what a lot of people know when we travel over in general, most people who leave the United States or leave their countries to come visit the United States or to live in the United States or other places, they usually have a kind of curiosity and openness that they've probably had most of their lives. And if not, they were introduced to experiences and opportunities to travel overseas. And part of the discovery is that a lot of the things that you might have had as preconceived notions about where you're traveling, the culture is not as it was described and presented to you growing up. And so when you get there, you find that not only are the people nicer, but the infrastructure is better than often described. Um, the climate, the weather, so many things about these cultures that you discover when you get a chance to travel is different and in many cases better, relatively speaking. And so for me, like I've met lifelong friends in a lot of different places. My ex-wife was from another country, and the idea of traveling with friends and going to see different cultures is exciting. But one thing that I found is that the people in general are nicer than Americans, just in general, in terms of just personal and interpersonal interactions. So what June was saying about not only do you meet beautiful women, for example, who have warmer, more hospitable personalities, more accommodating personalities, and for a man that happens to be nice, when you're used to more abrasive personalities, for example, in the United States, that's nice, that's welcoming, but the food is great. Usually the the exploration, the discovery in these new places is great. And so it all adds to a great experience. But for men, especially, traveling to different places and being able to relax and not not have pretension get in the way of kind of regular day-to-day communication. Hi, how you doing? And not be met with some kind of weird response or some weird look that is growing to be the case more and more in the United States. I think people just find that a lot of the stuff that they've heard about these places is different than what they find, and it
Yeah, yeah,
happens to be icing on top of the cake that the women in many cases have many in the places that I've traveled to, for the things that I look for maybe physically in a woman here as far as look, you find much of those same things in different places, and oftentimes a better and more volume of that. And when you add all of that up, it combines to of course, why wouldn't I travel to these other places and be open to relationships, for example, with these women and friendships with and business opportunities, whatever relationships with people from those other communities. So yeah.
Yo, mute, Mouse.
I can't.
You on mute, Moss.
My bad. To our
I like
fans,
to say, what happened to my man Moss's cameo shot?
What happened? What happened? Can you hear me?
You ain't throwing him in the up front centerpiece joint.
Oh, you didn't.
Oh,
zoom in
dang.
on him.
Hey,
Put him on blast cam.
am I the only one that can do that? Reg, can you
Yeah.
do it too?
Nah, I can't do. I don't think I can't do nothing with Cam.
You don't see
Yeah.
like a dot over the name?
By my name, but not anybody else's.
All right, my bad. Okay, we're gonna do that next time. We're gonna do it for Ben. Ben, you ready?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say I don't ever want to go after D Moss again, man. He don't leave me much to say. He said it all, but no, just trying to
That sound like a booed up ass nigga talking.
Is that what that is, man? Hey, at least I can speak on my experiences. But no, honestly, like Moss and Clee was saying, people are just generally a lot nicer down there. Men, women, whatever you do. I mean, everybody's so welcoming. Really want to go out their way to try to make sure that you're enjoying your time while you're there. You had hit on something earlier, Moss, about or Will, about women saying, well, why are guys or men going over there to try to meet women and things of that nature? Again, it is. It's just a lot more, I don't know, just a lot more pleasing to be able to talk to somebody without just getting shot out, or looked down upon because of the way you look or the way that you talk and things of that nature,
They're more approachable, right?
Yeah, I mean, just way more approachable, just to be able to have a conversation. Even if you don't even speak the language, they try to communicate with you. You know what I'm saying? And they don't just like brush you off or things of that nature. Men and women. Again, like I say, I like being on the beach and stuff of that nature. And people are trying to go out of their way to make sure that you're okay while you're there. So I like that. Also, I want to be able to, like you say, travel there. The business fact that, with again, just trying to get into that part of it to see what's out there and available. But yeah, it's just a really nice place to be. I mean, as far as traveling to Colombia, now there's other places to go as well. I haven't been to a lot of places other than Mexico, Canada, the DR, but Colombia is pretty nice. It's really nice.
What's on your hit list to go, where to go next?
You know what? I like to check out Costa Rica. I like to. No. I mean, you know what? I would do Asia. I ain't gonna say I won't do Asia, but yeah, Costa Rica. I would probably like to do Costa Rica before Asia trip. So
Yeah, that's a long flight.
that is a long flight. That's a long flight.
Yeah, we gotta go with him. Just keep him out of trouble though. Hey, we got Poop Dog. Poop Dog, what's your perspective?
Man, pretty much the same of what everybody else was saying, man. It's better culture over there. I know when we first started going overseas to the Dominican Republic, it was just a better feel. It was like you can go out and you don't have to worry about too much of nothing, man. You know what I mean? Go out, have fun. You got pretty girls pretty much hollering at you. So it was all cool. So, but it's more than just girls to go over there for. It's the culture. That coastal vibe for me is everything.
So
Coastal vibe for me is everything. You know what I mean? The breeze off the coast, just kicking it. You know what I mean? And not really having to worry about stuff. a lot less stressful. You know what I mean? So I'm just pretty much on the back of what everybody else was saying.
All right, all right. That's what's up. And Reg, we haven't
Yep.
heard from you yet. What's your perspective on all that?
Well, first, I would just want to say that it's not just there's passport bros. There's also passport chicks. Because
Uh-oh.
they also have women that go overseas. I know there's like this famous black girls Italian Italy vacation that they have every year, and they go over there. So it's not just dudes; it's chicks
The
too.
Jamaican one too.
Yeah, it's Jamaican one too. But I think the reason is it's like the women over in the United States, for the most part, that from my experience, they expect you to have some certain stature about yourself before they even want to talk to you or give you their number and stuff like that. They just look at you, you look at them and they look at you and they give you that little smirk, like what are you looking at? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But if you go to like going down to the other countries of the world, it's like the women there, like piggybacking off what Ben said, is that the women there are more approachable. They're more pleasant, especially I guess towards foreign people that are not from their country. They're more genial towards
Submission.
them. I would say submission because there are some strong women in
Yeah,
those
I would.
those foreign
You
places.
know that role.
They're smart, independent, etc. and stuff like that. But I think just the fact that the approach is different from both sides as opposed to women in the United States. Like there's a reason that the
Uh-oh.
divorce rate in the United States is the highest in the world. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason, and a big reason with that is just how people approach, marriage and what people like and what they expect from each other and stuff like that. Like, my ex, she was talking about
Loyalty.
like she like when she met me, I was dressing a certain way. I was like my mannerisms, etc. Like that. And she was saying that to her friends that she was like, I know he's like this, but I'm gonna change him. Why are you trying to
Wait,
change me?
Say that
You
again,
met
Reg.
me,
Wow.
but when she met me, I was, dressed in a certain way. My mannerisms were a certain way, and she was telling her friends that she thought that she could change me
Who
to
said
and mold
that?
me into my ex.
American chick?
No, my ex, Lisette.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
go ahead. My
and,
bad.
and so the thing is like, if once you in America or get Americanized, sometimes you get into that mindset of okay, this is how men are supposed to be, etc. and stuff like that. But
James.
if that's the case, it's like if I'm one way when you met me and you fell in love with me that way, that shouldn't change. You know what I'm saying? If you like, oh, okay, he hasn't changed, he's still doing this and like that, then why were you talking to me in the first place? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just the reason why men go to different places to look for love or companionship is because they don't want to deal with all the hassles of how either American women or women who become Americanized, um, how they treat dudes. So that's just my 2 cents.
So basically, you got a girl. If you wear baggy jeans and she try to make you wear skinny jeans,
Right.
knock
Huh?
jeans on.
Or
Don't wear skinny
anything,
jeans, man.
or
It's only
anything. It's like
it's only one it's only one person here with skinny jeans.
You go ahead, Reg.
but like I said, it's just anything. Like there's one thing about talking about changing a guy and compromising. You know,
Right.
And if you're looking for like complete change when you met somebody, then why you talk to them in the first place if that's not what you want? So that's how I feel some women are here in America. They're like that. They have that certain mind frame of how they want their man to be, and if you don't fit that to a T, then they don't even want to talk to you. They don't even
Well,
want to give you their
well, my
number.
thing is, man, my thing is, see, first of all, right there, let me stop you right there. See, that's why you need to be like Doc. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this: you take it or you leave it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
All that being picky shit and all that kind of shit. Fuck all that, man. You the
right,
dude, you the prize, you the king. You know what I mean? You going too hard on that shit, man. Like you gonna take it, you gonna take me how I am, or you just get the fuck on.
right.
But we basically
Now,
go.
that's funny, but that's real.
Because my thing is this, man. If a woman don't want to be with you and she break up with you, whatever, you got a promotion, dude. You got fucking promoted. That's
I'll
where I
be
look at the shit.
quick. I'll be
Ain't
out.
nobody arguing that though. Ain't nobody arguing that. But
Yeah. I mean, you got a fucking promotion, man. Fuck that bitch, man.
but the way you jumped in there kind of made me think you might defend an American chicks. You booed up with an American chick?
I'm not what I'm saying. I'm just defending anybody.
They
I
put him
mean,
on
but
blast.
He
I'm
jumped in
defending.
there
I'm
quick.
the,
It's
I'm
okay
defending.
for a chick to
I'm
be in.
defending it. I'm defending anybody, man. 'Cause my thing is, as a dude, if you got your shit together, why are you arguing with a chick at all? Like,
Right.
why?
Exactly.
All right, so we're gonna chalk that one up for a future episode. Cause I mean I agree. Like there's a whole. I mean that's gonna be a whole episode, bro.
Like, shit, man.
That's a
Man,
whole.
please.
All right, so Rick B, you want to chime in on your thoughts on why why men? This is gonna be interesting. Why men go overseas to meet women? Let me unmute Rick B.
Can y'all hear
Oh, he
me?
just-
Oh, he bounced out completely.
all
I
right,
don't know how rid of it.
technical difficulties.
Here you go.
All right.
All right.
All right, break it down for us.
I ain't never been overseas. The furthest I've been is to Canada. And when I went, it was a great experience. I had a great time. And the women, they welcome you. It's a different experience for men and the women. You know, I'm a newcomer in town. They treated me well. That's all I can say. Better than the women treat you here. You know, you walk in the store, you say hi, good morning. They say, what's good about it?
Oh dang.
You know, that type of stuff. So my experience with being out of the state, out of the country, whatever, well, I ain't never been out of it. I ain't never been overseas like you guys, but I've been to Canada, I've been to LA, I've been to Georgia, I've been all over this place. But people treat you different according to how you present yourself also. You know, if you coming up like you think you the new guy in town, like somebody gotta respect you, they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, we'll see. But if you come up humble, like, hey, you know, I'm the new guy in town. Can you show me around? They'll be like, oh, we got you, bro. It just depends on how you present yourself. From my experience, as far as men and women, like you guys say, if you don't know where you at, you need directions. Are you going to come as someone aggressive, or are you going to come humble? Like, hey, I need you to help me. And it's the same way with anybody. Anywhere you go, you ain't even got to be overseas or out of town. Sometimes you got to humble yourself to communicate with people and get them to open up to you. If not, ain't nobody will open up to you if you come in like acting like you running stuff. You might be top dog,
Like the chicks here.
but
They
you
act
can't
like you need them.
yourself that way all the time. You got to get to know people. So that's my experience. And
Hey,
as
I like
far
to chime in on one of my life.
they are they're not kind, they're not disrespectful, but they ain't letting you in. you know, you'll speak to somebody and they'll be like, yeah, they'll give you a little no response. But when you talk to someone that you don't know, you ain't met from overseas or wherever out of town, they be so kind, like help you. But people you've been knowing all your life, they like, yeah, whatever, help yourself. So that's my experience.
All right.
Been overseas.
All right. Appreciate the input.
Let me,
Hey, is there any way that I could talk about one of my travel experiences?
Yeah, I think Poop was gonna add something real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't meant to.
no, go ahead.
So, I mean, we were on the subject about, how nice people are and things of that nature. So, this is one of my travel experiences. I travel out the country, or actually, before I even get out the country, Port Columbus, noticed my passport was damaged. Okay. I know I didn't damage it. It had to be somebody here. They didn't care. They let me go out of the country. Got into Colombia. They looked at my passport. They let me into the country. Now, on the return, of course, the United States has their laws and things of that nature. If your passport looks like it's tampered or
Oh man, you cut out one of the best parts of the story. What happened to your passport?
it got damaged. So, I mean, it's before I even left the country, though. Before I left the U.S., we noticed that my passport was damaged. So,
Ready.
well, I'm just getting about. I'm trying to get to the point how nice people are. So, I happened to meet a young lady on this particular trip. I mean, first time meeting her, the whole nine, this, that, and the other. I had no way, no idea how I was going to get my passport together. She basically walked me through the process, flew to the different city, walked me through the embassy, things of that nature, to make sure that I was able to travel back home. I don't know if that would happen here in the States.
No.
You know, if somebody come over here, you kind of on your own. They may give you some directions, but how far would they be willing to help you make sure that you're able to travel back home? And that's what I'm saying. The experience over there is totally different. I mean, it's like it's really nice. It's really a great experience. So
I thought Big Tiff treated you like that.
Huh?
Big Tiff.
Big Tiff. I don't know no Big Tiff, but shout out to you, Big Tiff.
Whoa.
We was on the internet.
Stop playing with Big Tiff.
We was on the internet. We put this on video.
Oh man, y'all funny. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because again, at the end of the day, this stranger was willing to walk me through the whole process. I mean, even fly to a different city to help me get my credentials back together so I can make it back home safely. Now, granted, I wasn't really that upset that I had to stay a little longer, and it was a perfect alibi to be off work for a few extra days and stuff of that nature. But again, it was just one of my experiences that I had there.
So really the best part of that story though is the learning lesson. Do you lock your passport up now?
Well, again, hey, the passport got damaged. I didn't do it.
Hey, his passport was shredded. Hey, but it didn't stop him from leaving though.
Nah, it didn't stop me from leaving.
Right.
Hey, and the funny thing about it is they'll let you out the country with a damaged passport, but you ain't getting back in with one.
Hey, so anybody that's just now tuning into our podcast, this is Men Without Borders, our brand new podcast channel. We're talking about why men go overseas to find women and quote unquote the passport bros. So let's do a little round robin. Do you consider yourself a passport bro? I'll answer the question first. I do not consider myself a passport bro because I don't like getting lumped in with people that I don't know that are doing things stereotypically not how I would do things. But I am someone that believes that you should have a passport and you should see stuff outside of the United States to broaden your horizons, and not just women, but culture, people, places, to figure out kind of your place in the world and where you feel like you fit in culturally. So like for me, I love the United States for having infrastructure and the ability to make money and build businesses and live a pretty relaxed lifestyle. But I like culturally, I like Colombia, how friendly the people are, social life, that kind of thing. So I'm able with a passport, I'm able to bounce back and forth. But consider myself a passport bro. Like, I mean, a lot of people think passport bros can't get women in the United States. Everybody in here has gotten women in the United States. Like, that ain't really no problem.
Man, that's just the naysayers out there putting
Right.
it out there, trying to, saying whatever to try to touch a nerve. No, they say you can't get women and you would broke. If cats got passports and traveling, how are you broke? Like, that just don't even make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, like you say, you can't get women's, stateside. It's one of those things. Either you desire to get one here or you don't. And at this point in my life right now, the women here are just, I don't know, they're not desirable for me. So
All of them. I won't say for me, I won't say they're not all desirable, but it's just harder. My problem is it's hard to meet. It's not easy to meet the kind of woman that I like here. But in other countries, it is easy to meet the kind of woman that I like. But all right, I'm gonna pass it to Jim. Go ahead, Jim.
I don't know, man. It's funny. It's like I don't care being called a passport bro, only because we was doing it before that term was even out there. So it's like I said, I'm not gonna let some goofies change, you know what I'm saying, the way I see stuff and do stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I say, it's the naysayers, the bitter chicks, making up stories and just doing all types of stuff too. Putting out videos saying how much you don't like cats. There's stuff that I don't like. I'm not gonna make a video about it though. Like that don't even make sense. So I don't know. I'm a little stuck on that one. It's like maybe I am, maybe I'm not. It's not that serious to me to be, even talking about putting a label on it.
That American passport bro shit, I date here and there, so I don't give a damn. I ain't going months waiting to go overseas to be with no chicks. And when I ain't over there, I ain't waiting months to come back to no chicks. So I'm gonna be dating here and there. I don't know when it's gonna stop. And it really don't, you know what I mean? It don't matter for real. You know
Doc,
what I
what
mean?
you
That's
got?
just what it is, man.
Grandpa Foots made it.
Man, I don't know nothing about those passport bros. I ain't never heard that shit to the day. But it sounds like them niggas need to come over to death row. They all in the videos, all in the camera, making videos and shit.
Nah, it's
If
funny.
if the passport bros are watching, y'all niggas come over here to death row.
As funny as that is, that's the truth because they're taking what a couple people doing on camera and putting it on everybody who's not recording. And we know that's not what it is.
Reg,
What?
are you a passport bro?
I mean, I'll date whatever, man. It doesn't matter if it's here or there, man. It's just,
I don't think that was the question,
that's
Reg.
not the question, Reg.
what was the question?
What
Are
you
you a
over there
passport
doing,
bro?
nigga?
Do you classify yourself as a passport
Amazing.
bro?
I just said no. I said because I date here and there, man. It don't matter. I wouldn't classify
Hell
myself as
no,
that.
I ain't
I classify
no
myself as a person that likes to travel, and if I happen to meet a nice female while I'm over there, I'm gonna try to talk to her.
Exactly. That's just what it is for real. We like to travel, and if you meet and see who you gonna meet and see.
And it's not like I just travel just to meet. I've traveled all
Right.
over the place. I've traveled all over the United States. I traveled all over in Europe. My dad was in the military, so I've been to Germany a few times. So it's not like I'm not well traveled. Where anytime I just go out the country, I just go check out some chicks. I travel to travel. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if I happen to go out of the country and I see somebody that attracts my eye, and I get the courage enough to go up and ask her what her name is and try to talk to her, I'm gonna do it. Just like over here in the United States. Just like over here in the United States. The last time I tried to talk to someone here in the United States, though,
What happened?
I walked up to her. I was like, "Hey, my name's Ray. What's your name?" She's like, "I have a boyfriend." Okay.
Where was you at? Where was you at?
I was in a club, but I was like,
You at the
"Man,
club, shaking, twerking, and whatnot.
yeah,
She talking about she got a boyfriend twerking for you.
yeah." She was standing by herself though. That's all I know.
Like
You
this.
know what? If you asked her that when you were standing by your whip, she'd have been on you, and that's the crazy.
She would have been twerking in front of your whip.
That's you ever seen that channel where the dude go and try to catch the gold diggers?
Yeah,
You ever seen that?
yeah.
That's what it kind of reminds me of. Where
That's
they
gonna
be
be a
just
new
trying to
channel.
talk to him. Just try to talk to him. They go, nah, we can't. Then he goes back to his Lambo or Trans Am. Like, wait a minute, is this your car? Yeah. What's your name again? Okay.
I like
yeah.
that term passport, bro. So, that's the term that's only been in for like a year and a half.
Somebody's internet is jacked up.
You sound like Ultron.
That's foot.
For all them,
All
hey, for all
time.
the people that can't get chicks here in the U.S., y'all can rent my grandkids out. It's easy with them. Y'all just walk through the mall and get some chicks.
That's what I'm saying. They act like it's hard to get chicks here. It's not hard to get chicks here. Like
Right.
y'all stop. We don't want y'all.
I
That
think
shit
it's
Hey,
mostly
that's the thing. Like I say, it's not difficult. We all here in stateside have, like you say, chicks that we might know or kick it with here and there. But in my definition, and I might have said it wrong when I said desirable, it's just not in my portfolio at this time. So
Right.
yeah, I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing. And you know, hey, it's me right now. You know, I'm enjoying life.
so you are a passport bro. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't classify myself as a passport bro. I'm a bro with a passport, and I'm going to utilize it.
You know what? We need to make that the new
Yeah,
moniker.
that's
I'm a bro with a passport.
Yeah, I'm a bro with a
Cool.
passport.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all been traveling for over 10 years, man. That passport bros is new.
Bro, that's what I was saying. We've been
That's
doing it since way before that term.
And matter of fact, when we first started talking about, okay, let's talk about the subject matter, and y'all said passport bros, like, got honest, I looked that up. Like, what's passport? I thought it was like a group of YouTubers, passport bros. I had to look it up. Like, what is a passport bro? Oh, okay. So yeah, it's new.
Honestly, it's been going around for the longest for real. It just started when black men started getting their passports and being out. And you know, we gotta name everything.
Yeah, I've been traveling since like
How many
Like you
white
said,
people
like
we
a
know
kid.
with Oriental wives and Asian wives?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? White dudes been left them white girls. They
yo.
left them a long time ago.
Do they only describe passport bros as black dudes going overseas or just any
Nah,
dude?
nah,
I'm not sure for real. I don't know. But
nah.
I
I
do
seen
know we just got that moniker when we started doing it. Like I said, white dudes been doing it since the fucking 60s.
Moss. Go ahead.
Right after Vietnam, yeah.
I think, like you said, Will, the idea of everybody else sort of touched on it in their own way. When you lump yourself into this big group, and there's this narrative about passport bros, whichever way it goes, and if you don't like the narrative, and that narrative gets popular, and it's their way of describing passport bros, if you buy into the idea, I'm a passport bro, and I'm gonna just lump myself up under the group, you're going to be subject to whatever that narrative is,
And
which is
whatever
essentially,
passport bros are doing.
Yeah.
So you're subject to the recoil from the, in opposition to whatever that narrative is, and so people have been traveling like Reg said, Reg grew up in Germany. I've been traveling out of the country since I was like 15 years old. And so what you have is that people have been doing this for a century. And then when you think about men are explorers anyway. So you mean to tell me that I need to be feeling a certain way because I have a natural inclination to go out and explore and don't consider just the United States my territory. I look at the world as a neighborhood. And so, and just like with any neighborhood in the United States, like I know more about some countries outside of the United States than I know about LA. You know what I'm saying? I've been to LA, but as far as how to move in LA, the slang, you know, you might be in a place in the United States, and just because you don't know the slang, you're in a tough situation. And you got to learn the language wherever you go, and it's just a different neighborhood. So whether you're in one of y'all's favorite spot in Asia, whether you're down in Colombia, whether you're in Europe or wherever, the idea is you're exploring. You got to learn the language. You got to learn how to navigate, and you just find people move to different neighborhoods. Why can't I go across the travel and meet different people in different places and not feel any kind of way about it, like feeling like I'm leaving my people behind, feeling like I'm leaving women of the United States behind, etc. Yes, there are dateable women here in the United States, but for people, especially if you're like, I'm looking at the group who's on online right now, and I know the nature and the character of these men because I've grown up with all of these guys on here, and I know that when you're a productive person, a productive citizen, respectful, you're looking for the same kind of energy in return, and you want to move and navigate in places where you feel that energy return. And so I wouldn't consider myself a passport bro any more than somebody moving to another state would be seen as a state ID bro. You know what I'm saying? Or a driver's
Doc is a big federal ID, bro. Doc is a federal.
Raleigh.
Hey, Grandpa Foots, what you got to say on the subject? Are you a passport bro?
Yeah,
Passport Gramps.
that's got been traveling for a while now, man. That passport, bro, don't pertain to us. That's brand new. I don't know what them kids is doing. I don't know how they move. So nah, I don't consider myself a passport, bro.
Okay. So tell us what your thoughts on why you think dudes go overseas to meet women.
Because they tired of the BS over here that they get over here, That's why. They going and exploring like Christopher Columbus, your uncle.
Yeah. Damn, got it.
All right. So go ahead.
Yeah, shoot. I love the weather, the scenery, the greenery, everything, man.
Yeah, the weather is crazy. You can either be hot all year or spring all year or by the beach. Like you got options. Here it's just
you move
Yeah,
more
but
freely down there too.
But with that, you're just talking about just location. Like there's passport bros that go to Europe, find chicks, and they be cold, and they're going to Ukraine or whatnot, and stuff like that. So that's just location.
I have no interest. I have no interest in going to Europe.
You know what, Reg? You right. They do just for some reason just pick the cats that's going to South America. They don't say nothing about nobody going anywhere else.
Yeah,
right? I've not heard no slander about anywhere else. That might be a topic.
Yeah.
I don't
Threatened by the women down there. Damn.
That's what it is. They threatened.
They see the competition down there. They like shit.
Yeah, but shit, it's competition like that all across the world though. Like y'all are doing bad here. It ain't them, it's you.
Well, the other thing is that they try to say that the reason why dudes go to other countries like South America is because the women are poor. So the women is poor. That's why they talking to you. And so when you start talking about Europe, they can't make that same argument. So that's a weak argument that a lot of these women that's hating, that's what they're saying. My message to the women is like, okay, I got women in my family that I care about, right? I want to see them happy. I want to see them have a dude. If I was a woman for real, then let me just get specific. If I was a black woman and I wanted a black dude, and it's not happening for you here, then you should like go to Africa and visit.
Exactly.
Like, and I'm not trying to be funny.
They think they be hurting our feelings when they say, well, we're gonna do this. Okay.
I want you to be happy. Like, be happy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll find what you want over there, but I would be real interested. Like when you said, Reg, when you were saying that they have their women's trips to Jamaica and to Italy. I wonder how that looks. I wonder how that looks.
Yeah, they be doing that. And the thing is, it's like, for women that complain about men going down there, they're kind of being discriminatory. You know what I'm saying, man? Because like when we grow up here in the United States, we start out going out and dating and looking for love here in the United States, even in your own backyard. And if you look at how long that's been going on, or how many women that we've actually went out with and it hasn't worked out, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you want me to keep looking here in the same area, the same fishing pond? You know what I'm saying? Let me see what's going on over here.
Ain't nothing in there.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Let me go fish over here and see what's cracking over here. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what's cracking over there and stuff like that.
No. Hey.
Oh.
What's going on?
This is what they're doing in Jamaica.
What's happening?
Hey, man, Rasta man. Hey, yo, that's enough.
They put women on
I do that. That's
my internet's jacking up. Oh, man.
Nice. Bootleg internet.
Watching them cheeks.
Right.
Dang.
Rubbing suntan lotion on the cheek. And Ocho Rios look like.
Is that y'all seen that before?
I saw it last night.
Let's see.
That's my job, brother.
That's my job, brother.
Pick it up.
Painting their leg for
it comes with the thing. Man, give me some of this, bro. I got this, bro. This is my job. I only do this. I only do this. Hey, come on, get up. Come on, what are you doing, lady? This how you doing it?
What's wrong with it? He said that it comes with it. That's what everybody does when they come to Jamaica.
No, my friend. Come on. You see that he didn't have to smack it?
You get one too.
No, well, now I don't want no massage from him.
You get one too.
Come on, I seen the slap. I get the rub.
I don't want no dude rubbing my butt.
Yeah, I'm sure, my friend. You want a girl to come and do it?
Yeah, a girl.
Look at the pants, man. What's going on?
Come on. Get up. Let's pull this raft up.
Hey, that's part of the package, man.
I would have left her in Jamaica.
That's part of the package.
What would you do?
Sitting there arguing with me?
Oh man, that's crazy. Hey, but I think somebody hit on the point that they think we go over there because the women are poor and stuff of that nature. I've actually met women that has their own businesses. Met a dentist here recently, not to, you know what I'm saying? It ain't all about the culture being poor down there. I mean, there are some women down there that are poor, but everybody down there ain't poor. And you don't have to go down there on a mission to be looking for somebody to take care of. I mean, there's some people down there that can take care of you. You know what I'm saying? But it's yeah.
Men date all over the world. It's women who date up all over the world. So we date poor women wherever we are. It doesn't even matter.
Right.
We date women
the
who make
same
less
narrative whether you get somebody over there or over here.
So, I think the idea that a man could have options, a man with means, and if you imagine that the same way people who are traveling to the United States for leisure, for fun, usually are somebody who has like at least a certain mentality, if not with that, certain means to be able to travel out of the country. So anywhere you go and you're the foreigner, you're generally viewed as different. So there's a novelty to, I'm sure, dating an American dude if you're in a country like Colombia or some other country outside of the United States. But men date down everywhere we go. So the idea of people being us, we're exercising our means and anywhere you go, and that's at the end of the day, like we touched on, it goes a little bit deeper than that. We're talking about people's personalities. We're talking about traditional versus non-traditional type versus modern women. All of that is at play, and people who have this conversation, it's good. It's best if the focus is kept on the points that these men have these options are trying to make. We're saying, hey, look, this is what we're looking for. We've looked in the United States. Some of us still look in the United States. But if we find it outside the country, you can't get mad. You gotta adjust. Like, you trying to get go, what you gonna do? So, they can stay here and be mad if they want to, but if you find love, you find a relationship anywhere you travel. Nobody.
All right. So I mean, we pretty much we're almost like at an hour, 56 minutes into this first podcast. So this is why men, passport bros, quote unquote, travel overseas to meet women. Hope y'all found this informative. We're just getting putting the oil in the gears on the podcast, testing it out, make sure everybody's comfortable with it. But hope y'all enjoyed this first episode. Any closing points that people want to make before we close out this podcast?
Fuck the ops.
Hey, your coworkers gonna be mad,
bro. Yeah. We're not passport bros with passports.
Bros with passports.
Bros with passports.
Dan coined it. Bros with passports.
Coined that? Who said that? Reg? Who said that?
Greg. Ben
said that, man. Give me my credit. Damn.
Oh, Ben.
The only thing I'll say is that there's no like passport bros. People are gonna go where they can find what they're looking for, whether it's in their backyard or whether it's overseas or out in space or whatever that they like to do. They're gonna go find and look for it. It's just like women. Women, if they don't find what they're looking for in their backyard, guess where they're going? They're going online. They're looking for cats online, going on these other dating apps, looking for other people. So I'll say it's just dumb to try to label cats, put that label on somebody. Listen to me.
Crabs in a barrel. Crabs in a motherfucking barrel.
Hey man, tell them passport bro niggas we hiring over here at Death Row.
Y'all hear that music?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, we got outro music.
House bro music.
The wrap it up music.
There it is.
Wrap it up.
Native music.
Wrap it up. Don't go wrong.
Wrap it up. You hear that, Peters? Wrap it up.
Peters don't hear it.
Don't go wrong.
Don't go wrong. Wrap it up.
Sponsored by Raw.
All right.
Yat.
All right, so we out because it's almost an hour. It looks like.
He's trying to get you out of. Hit him with that outro, player.
Hey, hope y'all enjoyed this episode. We'll do the outro. Y'all hang on while we in this broadcast so we can chop it up.